All right, I am here with Alex Klenman, the CEO of Azincourt Energy. Now, Azincourt Energy is a uranium explorer in the Athabasca Basin. We're going to get into what they're looking for and what they're doing very, very soon. But Alex came here to explain to us what their latest news release actually means. Because as an investor, maybe you have this question as well of, okay, I just read this news release. I'm not exactly too technical or not a geologist. What does it all mean? So, Alex, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem, Alex. Can you paint a picture for us? What does this last news release mean? What were you guys looking for? Paint a picture for us here, please.
Yeah, thank you. And absolutely, I would love to. It's hard because uranium drilling is very technical. And we knew putting that news release out would be, we'd really tried to keep it less technical, but that's the reality of this business and this sector. You do rely heavily on science. There's a lot of things that go into it. We're very pleased, as the news release stated. This was really just an exploratory first few holes of a much larger, much longer drill program. For us to be able to confirm what we confirmed in the first 552 meters of drilling is very positive. We're elephant hunting, and we walked into the forest and we found tusks in the first 5 minutes. Now, I'm not a hunter, and I don't advocate hunting, but we found exactly what we were looking for. And if we were to expect to get high-grade uranium intercepts in the first 500 meters of such a large project, I think those expectations would have been unreal. What we were very happy with was confirming the same basement unconformity, the same graphitic content, the same host rock matrix that the area contain and are made of. And that bodes extremely well. There's anomalous radioactivity throughout the holes, as high as 368 CPS, counts per second, similar in character to host lithologies along the Patterson Lake Trend. That's important. But important that both of those holes showed those same characteristics. And then hole 3, very similar as well, but the overall graphitic content is even higher, and we got the 368 CPS at 50 meters in hole 3. Then that may sound, incredibly complex and scientific and all that, but those are exactly the things. I mean, if you're looking for something scientifically, you have to find evidence that something could be there. Mm-hmm. And we managed to do that. It was very, I think, positive that we were able to do that we were able to show all of these little things, small pieces to the puzzle. Any one of these pieces are missing, the puzzle isn't complete. But we're not missing any of these things. And I think just given the time to drill 2,000 meters or 3,000 meters, look, we're going to probably drill 5,000 meters before this thing's even close to being, making a conclusion on it. Mm-hmm. So, I think that's stuff that people tend to gloss over because of the technicality of it. But I think it's important that people, trust the science, the Ted O'Connors of the world, the Marcellos of the world, and rest assured that they're on the same side of the bet as some very sharp, very smart people. So we know we're in the right area. We know we're doing the right thing, and it's just a matter of time, and we're ready to continue to drill and prove that we think what we think we have, which is a discovery at East Preston.
Great. I somehow got to the news release a little bit late. I believe I was traveling. And what happened was I mistakenly read a comment on a forum. And then I looked at the volume and then I looked at the price. So I did everything backwards. And when I looked at a comment, it just happened to be, a negative comment as opposed to some of the positive ones that came on earlier on the day when the news release came out. Then I looked at the volume and then just immediately I thought, oh my gosh, like the price tanked because there was just so much volume that day. But then I looked at the price and the price told me a completely different story. Can you just comment on the volume and price action when the news release came out, please?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I was absolutely surprised at the volume. And I had a feeling that, the market would be somewhat, I don't want to say confused, but maybe not totally understanding the positives in the first 3 holes. But, for 10 million shares to sell and 10 million shares to be bought, clearly there was significant support to buy it at those prices. And we know the smart money, we think the smart money was on the buy side. That bodes well, I think, for what's ahead. We have some strong institutional support. We have some very knowledgeable investors in this space. And I think right now there's 4.5 million shares on the bid at 4.5 cents. So somebody's looking for a bargain. And if you believe the supply-demand dynamics that are being presented and the possibilities ahead, then I think, at this price with what's ahead for Azincourt, it's worth looking at.
Yeah, so disclaimer, I am a shareholder of the company. I bought it at 5 cents. It's still sitting at 5 cents, but now there's just more certainty to the story. So I'm not selling at this point. So just want to let people know that, I'm still holding, I'm still long the story. Alex, what's next for Azincourt? You did mention that, this was very much a preliminary drill campaign. Maybe you guys caught, the end of the season. What's next? When are you hoping to go out there, and how much money do you have to get that done?
Right. Yeah. Very good that you mentioned that, because we did catch the tail end, and that was due to financing. But the financing came in fast and furious, basically at the end of the cycle, the end of the cold weather. And then spring came on very, very quickly and sort of stunted what we wanted to do. We thought we'd get more holes down. Didn't happen, but there might be a blessing there. I don't think the market's matured enough. I don't think the sector's matured enough with all the 232 question marks and where spot is. I think we're better off drilling and putting out better results in a better market, which I think is around the corner. So I think there's a silver lining in that tardiness to getting the drills down. But to answer your question further ahead, we have 1.2 million put aside in a long-term GIC for the company. That money is locked in for the next drill program, which permitting is now underway. So we'll get that done this winter. I'm not sure how early that will be for us, but certainly in the coming months. And we're going to get a lot more holes done. I mean, we only got 3 holes done as well, but we wanted to get some holes down. We felt obligated to do so. We felt that our shareholders deserve to get some drilling done, even though it was going to be limited, and we managed to do that. But well ahead of where we were last year at this time. Permitting's underway. We're going to have a much, much larger program done in the coldest part of the year, which is the best time to drill in the Athabasca. And we have significant, as I mentioned, institutional support, which has funded the next drill program. The reality is we are earning 70% of this deal from Sky Harbor and Clean Commodities, and that money to earn the 70% is essentially locked. So we can guarantee, at least on the required work side, we're ready to go, and that part will be met. There's some cash buyouts to get to the full 70%, but in a good market and with some decent results, that would be easy to do. But in terms of the work side of the commitment, that's locked and loaded, and we're going to earn that 70% this coming winter.
So can you tell us about the current targets that you have, the areas that you know that may be interesting, and how that relates to maybe the prospectivity of this area?
We have 30 or 35 other targets, and I don't want people to mix up holes and targets. One target can have multiple holes involved.
Right.
So targets are areas that have stacking data, that have all the right indicators to, all the positive things that we want to see to put the drill down there. But a target doesn't equal a drill hole. Mm-hmm. A target can have multiple drill holes attached to it. And that's why I think there's institutional support. Because I think if institutional support says, hey, this actually has the potential to be quite big.
Great. So just to wrap things up, can you let us know how people can maybe get in touch with you or find out more about Azincourt Energy?
Absolutely. I can be reached directly at info@azincourtenergy.com. I try to reply as quickly as possible, and many of our shareholders actually have my cell number, so they can call me. But reach out on the email. That's the best way to get a hold of me directly. We can answer just about any question anytime, and I don't mind tough questions as much as I mind the easy ones. So we're here. We're ready to roll, and I think things are headed in the right direction.
Great. And that's Azincourt Energy. Is that AAZ or AAZ? in Canada, and are you also listed in the US?
We are. AZURF is a symbol on the U.S. side.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.